Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ameerah Aufa binti Abdul Lazi. Today, I am going to talk about the types of introverts. When you are asked about introvert, what image will come to your mind? Is it someone who sits alone in a corner, not talking to anyone at a gathering? Or is it a quiet, reserved, and thoughtful person? Well, that is not entirely wrong. According to Cambridge Dictionary, introvert refers to someone who is shy, quiet, and prefers to spend time alone rather than often being with other people. However, do you know that you do not need to be shy and quiet all the time to be known as an introvert? Based on research done by psychologist Jonathan Chick and his colleagues, there is indeed more than one type of introvert. These types took into account the varied personalities of introverts. So, today I am going to share with you the three types of introverts, which are social introvert, thinking introvert, and restrained introvert. Before we go through the types of introverts, which most people may not be familiar with, let me first discuss the classic type of introvert, which is the social introvert. A social introvert is someone who prefers alone time and a small group setting. They prioritize their alone time, which leads them to structure their day so that they always have time to themselves. Even if they are to socialize, they would probably choose to spend time with their close friends only, instead of having a gathering with a large crowd of people. A social introvert may be seen as a shy kind of person. However, social introversion is actually different from shyness or social anxiety. They do not feel shy or showing any signs of anxiety when they are having a social interaction. Perhaps they might enjoy it. It is just that when they socialize, they might feel drained afterward and require alone time to recharge. That is why they usually prefer being alone than being with other people. I believe now you figured out that the social introvert is actually the typical type of introvert which everyone knows. So now, let us move on to the second type of introvert, which is the thinking introvert. A thinking introvert is someone who likes to spend a lot of time in their head. They think about everything they see and they hear. If they are talking to someone who cannot hold their attention, they might be seen as spacey because they will tend to have their own thoughts playing in mind. They have a rich and complex inner life. This complex inner life makes them frequently lose themselves to their dreamy imagination. That is why they are known as an introspective, self-reflective, and thoughtful person. Although they are called introverts, they do not have the aversion to social interaction like the social introverts do. For instance, they might hang out all weekend with their friends without requiring any alone time to recharge. Nevertheless, the time that they actually spend with their friends might be less than the time they use to think about what they see and they hear because they love to spend time in their head. From what I have explained, I hope now you can see that not all introverts have the aversion to social situations. Finally, let us move on to the last type of introvert that I am going to discuss today, which is the restrained introvert. A restrained introvert is someone who prefers to think before they speak or act. They normally take time to think and plan things thoroughly before they do any movement or action. For example, when they wake up, they might take a while to think. They might take a while to observe and to warm up and to observe before they can act or speak. They cannot immediately spring into action upon waking up. The restrained introvert also do not afraid of the social interactions. However, they hate it when they are being rushed to accept changes or to accept new people in their life. They are very cautious. They tend to be more reserved around others, and they may have their guards up until they get to know someone. They usually sit back and observe people's characteristics before deciding to put their trust on someone. Therefore, they can hang out comfortably only after they have decided on someone's character. At last, I hope by now you understand more about the types of introverts and what makes them different from one another. You should now have gained more information and knowledge about the 3 types of introverts, which are social introvert, thinking introvert, and restrained introvert. In short, it is important that you recognize all the types of introverts because they all carry different traits which are not necessarily shy and quiet. Your friend, your family member, or maybe you yourself could be an introvert. Be it a social introvert or a thinking introvert or a restrained introvert, they are all special. They are all special with their own unique personality. That is all from me. Thank you.